I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. I really just feel like he don't have the balls to fight me.
He just needs to let go of his pride and ego. Just play business, bro.
So you're just recycling the same move over and over again. We're not even progressing. So you're killing the sport to line your pockets. And the people that run your business are killing the sport to line your pockets.
Gervonta Davis is one of boxing's top talents, but his unpredictable personality and massive ego have kept him in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons. His recent fight with Lamont Roach has become a laughing stock, with many questioning why Tank is facing a smaller opponent instead of tougher competition. Fellow fighters have also turned up the heat, tearing into his reputation and calling out his actions with brutal remarks. Gervonta Tank Davis's latest training video has sparked a heated reaction online, with fans and critics weighing in ahead of his fight against Lamont Roach. The footage showcased Davis's intense preparations, highlighting his speed, power, and focus in the gym. Critics once again raised concerns about Davis's opponent selection, with some seeing his training footage as excessive given the level of competition he is facing. One unimpressed viewer sarcastically remarked, "All for Lamont Roach." Others were quick to mock the session, with another commenting, "The pad man doing all the work for him." The skepticism continued as another critic wrote, "He never fights anybody for." While Davis's dedication was evident, many felt it was unnecessary for a fight that they believed posed little real challenge. The debate surrounding Davis's opponent selection has been a recurring theme throughout his career. The build-up to Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach has also sparked debate among boxing fans and analysts, with opinions split on the quality of the matchup. Bill Haney, father of Devin Haney, was among the first to ridicule the fight, questioning why Davis chose Roach as an opponent. He even joked that he had forgotten the fight was happening, highlighting his lack of interest in the matchup.
Because Gervonta has a fight against Lamont Roach on December 14th.
Against who?
Lamont Roach.
Who? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This was
When are they
WBA.
fighting? I haven't heard too much
champion.
about that fight. Have you heard a lot about that fight? I haven't heard
Not
too
too
much.
much.
Yeah.
I'm not really familiar with Lamont Roach. Are you?
I almost forgot. Yeah, I almost forgot that they were even fighting.
Shakur Stevenson also weighed in, sharing his belief that Davis should have fought a stronger opponent. He specifically mentioned Edwin de los Santos as a better option, stating that the highly ranked lightweight contender would have made for a more meaningful challenge. While Stevenson did acknowledge Lamont Roach's skills and potential, he made it clear that he felt Roach was not the ideal opponent for Davis. Despite the skepticism, some figures in the boxing world have defended Davis's choice. Promoter Eddie Hearn stepped in to argue that while Roach may not be a mainstream name, he is still a world champion with legitimate skills. He admitted that the fight might not generate massive excitement, but stressed that Roach has the ability to be more competitive than many assume. Hearn also warned against dismissing Roach simply because he doesn't have the same level of hype as other contenders in the division.
What do you think of the announcement of the Gervonta Davis Roach fight?
I think that, you know, it's had a lot of criticism, but it's not a bad fight. You know, Lamont Roach is a world champion. He's smaller than Gervonta Davis. The problem is not many people are aware of who he is or his ability. But he can fight. I don't think it's a huge fight, but not a terrible one.
Oscar De La Hoya, a longtime supporter of Davis, also acknowledged that this wouldn't be an easy fight. While he praised Davis's power and skill, he pointed out that Roach is a determined and disciplined fighter who could present unexpected challenges. He emphasized that Roach's hunger and confidence could play a big role in how the fight unfolds.
Gervonta. No, I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He's first and foremost, he's a very nice human being. I really like him as a fighter, as a person. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal condition. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting.
Bernard Hopkins shared similar thoughts, noting that while Davis is the favorite, the pressure is on Roach to make a statement. Speaking to Michelle Joy Phelps of Fight Hub TV, he highlighted Roach's ability as both a boxer and a puncher. He warned that Davis shouldn't take this fight lightly, as anything can happen inside the ring.
Listen, Tank Davis is not the guy to beat in boxing as a superstar. As they say, the face of boxing, and then they said others might be the face of boxing. But Tank Davis, to me, it's going to get anybody problems. It's the burden is on Roach or anybody else. In this case, it's Roach. The burden is on him based on Tank's achievements and what he have done. And this is Roach really, I know about the amateurs, but this is really his biggest moment in boxing as far as on a pro level. On a pro level, he will come in as the underdog based on popularity and based on the record that Tank has, and justifiably so. But anything can happen in this world of boxing.
Hopkins' perspective reinforced the idea that while Davis is expected to win, Roach still has a chance to prove himself and change the narrative surrounding the fight. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach showed full confidence in his abilities when speaking about the upcoming fight. In a self-recorded video, he was asked if he believed he could stop Davis. Roach responded, "Hopefully he got a chin," with a smile. He went on to emphasize his determination and readiness, saying, "I bring any type of smoke to anything in my way. I am him in that ring." Roach's words reflected his self-assurance and his belief that he has what it takes to challenge Davis. Kesan Davis has taken aim, tearing into Gervonta with a series of sharp words. Speaking with Fight Hub TV, he made it clear that he believes Tank lacks the courage to face him. According to Kesan, their personalities naturally clash, both inside and outside the ring, which would make for an explosive showdown. However, he remained doubtful that Tank would ever send him a contract, implying that he avoids real challenges.
You know who it is. I just think he don't got the balls to fight me. I really just feel like he don't have the balls to fight me. Our characters like match up at the end of the day. Like he know I'm not going for none of that shit in the ring and outside the ring. You know, like people know me by now. You know, just like people know him. It's just more people that know him. So I don't think he really got the balls to send me a contract and fight me.
While he would love to fight Davis, he insisted he wasn't actively chasing the fight. Instead, he named Isaac Cruz as another opponent he would be willing to take on.
So if I can't get that fight, if he don't send me a contract, I would love to fight Isaac Cruz. I feel like that's something like the fans will go crazy over, like for real. Meet Kesan Davis versus Isaac Cruz.
Paulie Malignaggi also unleashed strong criticism toward Gervonta Davis, focusing on his history of facing weaker opponents. He acknowledged that Tank is a talented fighter, but argued that his matchups often lack true competitiveness. Paulie expressed frustration over watching Tank fight opponents who stand little chance against him, comparing them to mismatched competition.
Like Gervonta's a very good fighter. I criticize the matchups not because I don't like Gervonta Davis, because I feel like he's so good that I want to see him against somebody like him. Why should I have to watch? Why, if I know that a python is a dangerous animal, and I got to see a python take on an alligator, I'll say, okay, but why do I got to watch a python taking on a turkey or a rooster or a chicken? Why do I got to watch that? I already know what's going to happen.
Malignaggi questioned why a fighter as skilled as Davis isn't consistently facing top-tier opponents. In his view, Tank's team is prioritizing financial gain over the integrity of the sport.
So you're just recycling the same move over and over again. We're not even progressing. So you're killing the sport to line your pockets. And the people that run your business are killing the sport to run.
Teofimo Lopez also addressed the situation, calling out Davis for letting his ego get in the way of major fights. He urged Tank to focus on business rather than pride, emphasizing that top fighters are willing to face each other if the right deals are made. Lopez referenced Davis's online activity, pointing out that while he engages in back and forths on social media, he needs to take real steps toward making these fights happen.
What do you make of Gervonta in all this picture? Like, can we see him get in the mix with you guys? Like, is that gonna happen?
He just needs to let go of his pride and ego. Just play business, bro. If you really want to fight us, that's how we make it happen.
Have you been seeing his tweets? Do you think he does?
We all want to fight each other. I think so. What happened? We're gonna go over here. But I think overall we're all gonna want to fight each other.
Bill Haney also took aim at Davis's past selection of opponents, questioning whether he had truly faced top-tier competition. He specifically mentioned Davis's previous fight with Frank Martin, downplaying it as evidence that Tank has not been challenging himself against the best.
Well, yeah, because Tank, he beat Frank Martin in June, which made his record 30-0.
Who was he? Who did he beat again?
Frank Martin.
And that's who? Who was he? Frank Martin, you said?
Yeah.
Who are these guys, man?
Are you saying that the Tank is fighting a bunch of nobodies? Is this what you're saying? That's what it sounded like.
You don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I'm not a boxing guy like you are.
Yeah, he's only 30,000 years old right now. I think, geez, man, when is he going to fight somebody?
Well, I mean, according to the internet, and there's some back and forth about this, I believe, on Twitter, Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight. Now, that's a name I know.
Right.
Do you expect that to happen?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, because I don't know. I don't think have they announced? Have you heard Tank say that he was going to fight?
It's not official yet.
No. Okay, so no.
Okay. What do you think would happen in that fight?
It'll be a good fight. I give it 50-50.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50-50 fight.
I think Tank would take that.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
No, I think Tank is avoiding real boxers. Right? He's avoiding them for a reason. Right? I think that
Haney made it clear that he didn't see Lamont Roach as a serious threat to Davis, suggesting that the matchup was another example of Davis avoiding tougher competition. In fact, Bill went further to state that a potential fight between Davis and Shakur Stevenson would be a more competitive challenge, though he expressed doubt that it would ever materialize.
Hey, somebody.
Well, I mean, according to the internet, and there's some back and forth about this, I believe, on Twitter, Gervonta and Shakur Stevenson agreed to fight. Now, that's a name I know.
Right.
Do you expect that to happen?
No.
Why is that?
I mean, because I don't know. I don't think have they announced? Have you heard Tank say that he was going to fight?
It's not official yet.
No. Okay, so no.
Okay. What do you think would happen in that fight?
It'll be a good fight. I give it 50-50.
Really?
Yeah, it's 50-50 fight.
I think Tank would take that.
Oh yeah?
I think so.
No, I think Tank is avoiding real boxers.
Shakur Stevenson has been vocal about wanting a fight with Gervonta Davis, making it clear that he's ready to negotiate and step into the ring. Speaking with the Porterway podcast, Stevenson addressed the criticism he faces whenever he calls out top names, stating that people are quick to label him as clout chasing or jealous.
I mean, I said, let's fight. What else you want me to do? Like, we're in a new generation now, right? Mm-hmm. When I did that with Devin, I was clout chasing. I was all of these different things, right? Now, I say I go do the same type of stuff with Tank. They're gonna say, oh, he's clout chasing, he's jealous, he's this, that, and the third. We're in a new generation. These new people nowadays, they got all of these like
narratives
that they run with. So it's like, truthfully, bro,
Shakur emphasized that he's not making unreasonable demands, acknowledging his B-side status and expressing a willingness to negotiate. According to Stevenson, all he wants is the fight, but Tank's team has yet to make a move.
I said, let's fight. I said, send a contract, we can make, I done said, bro, I'm not even like no delusional nigga. I don't get out there and just say anything. So it's like, I'm not gonna act like I'm the A side or, oh, I deserve 50-50. Yo, bro, let's negotiate. Let's see where it goes from there. I know I'm the B side, but let's fight.
Meanwhile, Saudi boxing powerhouse Turki Alalshik has also voiced his desire to see Gervonta Davis take on Shakur Stevenson.
And big fights. Because, he's now in the mid of 30.
Despite his past verbal spats with Tank, Turki made it clear in an interview with ESPN that he respects Davis's talent and wants to see him take on tougher competition. When asked about his thoughts on Tank, Turki didn't hold back, stating that while he considers Davis a great fighter, he needs to step into bigger fights more frequently. His public call for a Tank versus Shakur showdown only adds to the growing demand for this high-stakes matchup.
So you're giving an invitation to Gervonta Davis?
I don't take anything as a personal. I take it as I am professional.
Right.
I don't need to like you to talk with you.
But you appreciate Gervonta Davis's talent, it seems.
As a fighter, he's a great fighter, of course. No doubt about this. but we need to see him in big fights more and more.
Even Shakur's promoter, Eddie Hearn, is actively planning a major path for Stevenson, with Gervonta Davis being the ultimate target. Laying out the roadmap, Hearn stated, the plan for Shakur Stevenson is Floyd Schofield, William Zepeda, and Gervonta Davis. That's in 2025. That fight against Gervonta will be one of the biggest in the world. Hearn also believes that a Davis-Stevenson showdown would be one of the biggest events in the sport. Despite the growing hype, not everyone is convinced that Stevenson is ready for Tank. Boxing legend James Toney, speaking to Fight Hub TV, dismissed the idea.
Good fighter, but you know what? Shakur Stevenson's a good fighter, but Shakur Stevenson ain't ready for that.
He's not ready.
Look, everybody in boxing, y'all young guys, y'all young so-called experts, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Y'all see something right about it? No, it don't work that way. You know, and my man,
He stated that while Shakur is a talented young fighter, stepping in the ring with Davis right now could be a huge mistake. He argued that Tank's momentum is too strong and that taking the fight too soon could ruin Stevenson's career, just like what happened with Errol Spence Jr.
He secured young fighter, let him develop. And then when it's time, then he make that move. But right now, Tank he has the momentum. Momentum. It's bad for him, for sure. He ruined his whole career like what's his name?
Devin Haney, Gervonta Davis.
No, Spence. I told everybody Spence he wasn't ready. You saw what happened to him.
Crawford, yeah.
Spence will never be the same. He's done.
Regardless of the criticism, Davis's name continues to be the most talked about in the lightweight division. Rising talent Ray Ford has also thrown his name into the mix, expressing his confidence in his ability to compete against the Baltimore Star. Ford made it clear that if given the opportunity, he would gladly take on the challenge.
It's like, you never know what Tank, you know, I guess he just wake up and just say he want to fight whoever he want to fight, and you know he get it done because he's the face of boxing, one of the faces of boxing, I should say. So, yeah, and maybe one day I will get the call. Yeah, I definitely feel like I can compete with him on any given day. Yeah, I love to fight him.
Similarly, boxing icon Manny Pacquiao has hinted at interest in facing Tank. The former multi-division champion confidently stated that he isn't afraid of anyone, further adding to the growing list of fighters eager to step into the ring with Davis.
Lastly, Tank Davis, that's a massive fight. I mean, but at the same time, he's a young man. He's knocking everybody out. Are you sure that that's the kind of challenge you want? Such a young fighter, probably in his prime?
I'm not scared of anybody.
Lastly,
amid all the speculation, Showtime's Steven Espinoza provided insight into what's next for Tank. According to Showtime Sports executive Steven Espinoza, Davis himself is only interested in top-tier matchups. Espinoza made it clear that Tank wants high-profile opponents like Stevenson or even a Ryan Garcia rematch. He assured that Davis is focused on facing elite competition, adding further intrigue to the ongoing discussions about his next move.
I know, having spoken to Tank, you know, he really doesn't want to do anything that's less than top tier. So I think he's going to insist on a fight like Shakur, something of that magnitude. Maybe it's Shakur, maybe it's, you know, Ryan Garcia rematch, maybe it's something like that. But I don't think we'll see him in anything short of those kinds of fights going forward.
Well, Steven. While countless fighters continue to call out Gervonta Davis, the man himself seems unfazed by all the noise. Tank's confidence, some might say arrogance, has been on full display as he repeatedly shrugs off discussions about future matchups. He made headlines recently when a fan tried to spark a conversation about his next fight, only for Davis to fire back with a blunt, now deleted tweet. "I'm the only fighter you all want to see in with everybody. It doesn't matter, like what." This response perfectly captures Tank's current mindset. He knows he's the most in-demand name in the division, but isn't in a rush to engage in negotiations. Gervonta Tank Davis's social media, spat with Terrence Bud Crawford, recently made waves in the boxing world, adding more fuel to the ongoing drama surrounding Tank. It all started when Davis took to Twitter to vent his frustration over not receiving an invitation to the Ring Awards, while other big names like Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, and Shakur Stevenson were in attendance. Tank's absence didn't go unnoticed, and he didn't hold back, accusing Alalshik and others of favoritism in a now deleted post, saying why they didn't invite everybody, but they invited people they deal with. It's out of here. Stop eating. Tank's social media rant didn't stop there. He also took aim at Eddie Hearn, calling him out for what he perceived as Hearn's influence in boxing. Look at the little rat thinking he came up on something. Now tell them all fight each other since they have a heavy roster. Tank continued with even harsher words, questioning why Hearn wasn't helping fighters from his own background. They want to act like this guy good for boxing when he not good at If so, why he not building the people where he from? This guy knows about boxing at all, and this who they turning to all eaters. Terrence Crawford jumped into the mix with a mocking reply to Tank's rant. On X, he posted, "I see somebody mad they wasn't invited to the At Ring magazine gala," followed by a laughing emoji. This only fueled Tank's anger further, and he responded with a deleted post boasting, "And I still make more than you." Crawford, unshaken by the insults, hit back with a few jabs of his own. First thing a dumb rich person says to another rich person is, "I got more money than you. I bet you I own more investments than you, and I don't owe $1 in taxes. You can't buy nothing. I can't buy that I want, sir, and that a fact. Let's see who money lasts the longest, smart guy." The back and forth escalated as Davis continued his attacks in all caps, insisting that Crawford didn't make more money than him. Crawford didn't back down, writing once again, "By the way, little guy, don't speak too soon because you definitely not making more than me fighting who's been fighting. That's why you talking about fighting Ryan Garcia again." Crawford's remarks subtly referenced Tank's earlier comments about possibly fighting Ryan Garcia again, where Tank had expressed his desire for the match, but also added that if it didn't happen, he would tax Garcia once more and demanded a massive payday.
Hopefully I fight Ryan again. If they're not on some host, I'll tax that ass again. Tell them boys to give me 150 M's. I'm coming. You know what I mean? When I start streaming out that, and that, stop it, knock it off, cuz. Stop it. Tell them to send that bag and I'm coming.
Crawford's response not only called out Tank's plans, but also suggested that Tank's focus on a high-profile fight with Garcia revealed a certain desperation for money. Amidst the social media clash, some fighters voiced their opinions on Tank's bold moves. Tim Bradley, for one, expressed his respect for Tank's outspoken nature, supporting Davis for calling out Turki Alalshik's influence in boxing. Bradley praised Tank for refusing to follow other fighters who traveled to Saudi Arabia for lucrative deals, showing a strong stance on not chasing money over principles.
That's why I respect Tank. Hey, Tank, you got a new fan, dog. You got a new fan. You a real one, dog. As of late, you've been showing me you a real one. I like that. Yes, you've been showing me that you are a real one. Now, if you go over there and take back everything you said, and you kiss the ring too, for 150 M's, because you know Shakur over there.
However, Bradley also warned that if Tank changed his position for financial gain, he would lose credibility and face heavy criticism. A reminder that staying true to one's values is crucial in the fight game.
And that's why I respect you. You know, you saying like, I don't need Shakur because you don't want to go over there. You don't want to kiss the ring. But if you go back on your word, then you're gonna lose a big fan, dog. And I'm gonna come at you. I'm gonna come at you, dog, for real. But other than that.
On the other hand, Terrence Crawford found some backing from ESPN boxing reporter Mike Hoppinger, who revealed that Crawford earned more money for his bouts against Israel Madrimov and Errol Spence than Davis had in 3 of his last 4 fights. This further fueled the online war of words, as Crawford's wealth and fight history were used to contrast against Tank's brash attitude. Tank, however, has a long history of ranting on X, formerly Twitter. His anger often leads him to lash out at others, especially fighters who accepted massive paydays in Saudi Arabia. In one tweet, Tank mocked the idea of fighting for large sums in the Middle East, saying, "Lol, they have to go over there to make money and still do. I sell where I'm from, Bevan Nostrord, America." Kesan Davis made it clear that he doesn't like Tank, criticizing both his personality and online behavior. He expressed discomfort with how Tank carries himself, claiming that he gives off certain characteristics that he does not like.
You fight at some point.
You hope eventually he send me a contract.
Yeah, I hope so. I want to see all the fights, man. I want to see Benavidez and Canelo, you and Pitbull, you and Tank, Shakur and Tank.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Benavidez and Canelo. Like, chill. It's the same thing with Benavidez and Canelo. Like, Benavidez is just waiting for Canelo to send him a contract, or he said he got offered They even offered us something in Canelo.
More importantly, Kesan was upset about Tank's past remarks on social media, where he allegedly made fun of his mental health struggles. Kesan found it unacceptable that someone would joke about such serious matters, making it clear that he has no interest in supporting him.
And they know he be mentioning my mother on Twitter. He mentioned that, you know, I wanted to kill myself before, and he made a joke out of that. And that was just crazy to me, you know what I'm saying? Like, who makes jokes about people actually wanting to harm themselves? So, like, his character, bro, is just so left field, bro. I don't with him at all.
You know,
Paulie Malignaggi also did not hold back, targeting Davis for focusing too much on money instead of his achievements in boxing.
When I hear guys like Davis talk about they want to retire because they're not motivated anymore, and bro, that's just because they overpaid you. You know what I mean? And again, I don't like to bring up money, account other people's money, but I'm bringing it up only because that's part of the reason he said that. Like, he's like, you know, I made my money, this and that, and I won't. Bro, what did you accomplish though? Just because it's funny because people are so stupid today that they think just because somebody makes money, it automatically merits that they're successful now. That's it. You're a success. And I get.
Pointed out that financial success does not automatically mean someone has a strong legacy in the sport. Many fighters have earned a lot of money but failed to make a lasting impact. In his view, Davis has yet to face elite competition that would solidify his place in history. He questioned why someone with no Hall of Famers on their record would consider retiring as if they had accomplished everything.
You can't be poor and be successful, because then it's not a good look. But money is not the be-all end-all for success, even though people are brainwashed to think so. So they throw you a bunch of money, but you don't have a single Hall of Famer on your resume. Not one. And you're talking about you retiring because you just accomplished it all. Dude, that's crazy to me. Wild to me.
Gervonta Davis himself fueled these discussions when he unexpectedly hinted at retirement during a press conference for his upcoming fight against Lamont Roach. He mentioned that his frustrations with the boxing industry were making him rethink his future in the sport. This sudden announcement raised eyebrows, as many believed that he was still in his prime and had much more to prove. Some felt that his comments reflected deeper issues with boxing politics, while others saw them as a way to shift attention away from criticism. Regardless of his reasons, the possibility of Davis stepping away from the ring created further debate about his legacy. Teofimo Lopez compared Davis's retirement talk to similar claims made by Tyson Fury, arguing that it was more of a publicity stunt than a real decision. According to Lopez, many fighters in the past have hinted at retirement as a way to control their narrative and gain leverage. By making fans believe they might walk away, they create anticipation for their potential return. Lopez suggested that Davis could be using the same strategy to maintain attention while avoiding criticism of his career choices.
Your thoughts on him saying that he's going to retire after this year?
I think that's just to keep everybody in the loop. You know, like how we are right now, we're all talking about it. So it's a strategy that I've used. It's a strategy that Fury's using right now. It's a strategy that's always been done, even Mayweather. So I think it's
Eddie Hearn also viewed Davis's comments as a calculated move rather than a genuine statement about his future. He explained, "I think it's retirement to keep everybody guessing. You know, like we are, everybody's talking about it." With Tank Davis's recent opponent selection and his behavior leading up to the fight with Lamont Roach have sparked a range of reactions. Critics have questioned his choice of Roach, arguing that it doesn't present a significant challenge for the highly skilled Davis. This has fueled skepticism about his fight history, with many pointing out that Davis has often faced opponents who aren't considered top tier. Additionally, Davis's recent hints at retirement have only added to the controversy. Some, like Eddie Hearn and Teofimo Lopez, believe it's a strategic move to generate buzz, suggesting that Davis is using retirement talk to keep fans engaged and maintain an air of mystery around his career. While some, like Oscar De La Hoya and Bernard Hopkins, acknowledge the potential in Roach, they also stress the unpredictability of boxing and caution against underestimating the underdog. Davis's choices, both inside and outside the ring, have kept fans and critics alike questioning his path forward. If you found this video interesting, smash that like button. Do you think the criticism Tank Davis is getting from fellow fighters is justified or way off the mark? Let us know which side you're on in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest updates.